Hi everyone, okay, Anthony here. I'm going to tell you why you should start collecting Ladybird books. So as against being political as I am, we can't avoid the truth. And the truth is obviously Western culture now is possibly under attack, I'm going to say. But basically it's being changed to fit the modern audience, which in some ways is okay. But basically things to do with history are now being manipulated and changed. So what I've started to do is get the traditional Ladybird books. This is my collection so far, but I've been going into charity shops and getting them. And I would start it soon because I think it's going to become very vogue and they're going to go very expensive. Because it's nostalgic for us, and it's society and Western culture and Western society is changing very fast. And I've noticed now in books, children's books, the art doesn't really represent the history anymore, which is strange. I don't understand why they would do that. So I've started collecting things like Robin Hood the Outlaw, and you should basically go back to the pre-80s before things started to change. And the artwork is superb, it's nostalgic, it's mythological, it's legendary, it's comforting if you like. It's also helps you understand what builds being Western or Western culture. Now many people say, oh, it's myth and this is myth. Of course it's myth. All cultures are built on myth. It's ridiculous to think that it's not built on myth. Like Robin Hood, was he real? You know, who was he? He's an amalgamation. It doesn't matter. These stories are the backbone of Western culture. So you should be collecting these little series. So for example, we've got here the Arthur series, the Mysteries of Merlin, the Deeds of the Nameless Knight, and all that. They don't have to be fully historically accurate, but they're not that bad. Now, for example, this one I enjoyed, but it talks about how the Vikings have horns, and we all know that they didn't have horns, but that's only realistically, it's only recently, and most of it is absolutely fine, and the images are wonderful, and everything is excellent. You can go back to the classics of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and we've got, of course, Bunnykin's Picnic Party, which I never read as a child. So I would say to you guys, with your children, is start buying these and read them for yourselves, just to, because Western culture is changing rapidly. It doesn't mean you have to change. You can stay exactly the same. You can enjoy the culture. Western culture and all culture changes slowly, but the modern world, the internet, everything has just put rapid pace on, and of course it then gets political, and it then gets people start manipulating history like the Nazis did. Let's manipulate history, so to some extent. So what you have to do is maintain your own culture. Now, you live in your house, the police can't come in and tell you which books to read, not yet anyway. So these books are available on eBay. I recommend you get them, and I recommend that you start reading them. And of course, bring your children up reading classic nursery rhymes, classic fairy tales, classic Ladybird books, and avoid, like the plague, any modern Ladybird books. They are extremely political and extremely negative against Western culture. So stick with the pre-80s stuff, and there's a few websites out there which are excellent on collecting Ladybird books. Right guys, thank you.